Thank you very much for coming here today on a very cold autumn night in Seoul. So before we start on the presentation, perhaps I can tell you a little bit about myself. I probably have been to Korea more than 30-40 times already in the last 12 years. I used to be a U.S. attorney before I left and started doing gaming. And the first gaming business that I did was to bring the free-to-play model from Korea to Japan. So maybe some of you will remember the game is Pangya. And then after that we went to the US. We opened an office in Silicon Valley, Germany, Sao Paulo. We had an office here in Korea as well as in Tokyo. We sold that business around 4 or 5 years ago to a major media company in Germany. Our shareholders still at this time include major companies like NHN, it was Naver before, Sony, as well as some other public companies in Japan. GamePlip was one of the businesses that we incubated with the money from our sale of our publishing business. So I have a very, very deep relationship with Korea and many of the companies here. It is actually where I started my entrepreneurial career. And today I have a friend who is also an advisor for our company, Mr. Sung. He's a CEO of PayLetter. So if you have any questions that I cannot answer, please ask him. Yes, I introduced Mr. Ha, who is the founder of Boom TV from Silicon Valley. He's going to answer, hopefully, any technical questions. So today's session, we're going to break it into 2 parts. The first part, we'll talk a little bit about the gaming, the digital goods market, and the current platform of GamePlip. After that, we'll take a 10-minute break, and then we will discuss the ICO and how GamePlip will use blockchain technology to enhance the current business model. How many people here play games? Can I have a raise of hand? How many of you have played games? PC or mobile games?
PC 게임이든 모바일 게임이든?
So I would expect more in Korea, but it's about 50%. So worldwide, the gaming business is a very, very large business. Like Tencent in China started from gaming. It's still a major gaming powerhouse. It's worth more than Facebook now. Excluding China, the revenue estimated from the sale of digital goods in 2016 is around $95 billion. In Korea, your digital goods secondary market is worth about $1 billion. Only in Korea, $1 billion, only in Korea. Some of you may know Itemania. Their transaction, I believe, in 2016 was over $600 million, only in Korea. So we know this is a big market. In the sale of digital goods, for those who know gaming, there are some fundamental problems. Sometimes the buyer will receive the goods, pay by credit card, and do a chargeback. Probably PayLetter knows because they are the payment processor for many major games. But in the US, this chargeback can be as high as 10%. The other problem is you pay, you receive the item, but it is not the item that you wanted. So for example, you were thinking of buying a gun, but you get a sword instead. So there's a lot of fraud. What the current GamePlip platform does is probably similar to many C2C platforms, is to be in the middle for item escrow. But we only focus on digital goods, no physical goods. Well, some physical goods, game-related physical goods, but mainly digital goods. In addition, we have a rating system, so buyers and sellers can rate each other. This will give assurances and reputational points so that it enhances transaction later on. And I believe in the Western market, we are the only one with a mobile app. So GamePlip started in 2014, we incubated it. It has grown to roughly $3 million per month in transaction, and 500,000 MAU, monthly active users. We just received financing earlier this year in March from some prominent venture capital firms in Silicon Valley. So we have more than sufficient capital to grow the business, but we want to use the ICO to add blockchain technology and enhance the features that we are lacking currently. Currently, we charge 60% fee for transactions on our platform. That's quite high. So later on, with a blockchain technology, this should be reduced and very beneficial to users. So I think the current platform is actually very similar to iMania in Korea, I believe. But it's more global. We have users from Brazil, Russia, etc. We have not translated the site into other languages, but we will very soon.